Bitcoin price cycle top. We're gonna learn how to measure the Bitcoin cycle, and we're gonna see where the cycle is, and we're gonna look at DCA and compounding rate, a few things like this. So let's go over here. We have the pi cycle chart. Over back in 2021, we had this indicator. This is when the line, like the 111-day moving average, cross over the 300, uh, the 250-day moving average, the purple line. As soon as this cross over, then you have the top indicator. Okay, that's the pi cycle indicator. Over here we didn't have it. It was way much of a gap. So if you look back in this same chart, back in 2017, you had the crossover, and then the same thing back in 2013, you had the crossover, right? So it's really crucial for us to know if the top is in. So far, we didn't have this massive run up yet. Um, what we're having is chop solidation. Basically, it's going sideways. Back in 2024, it went sideways for 8 months consecutively, and then it goes up a bit, and then after that, we had run up about 50%, and since then, November, we've been chopping up sideways. So over here, Bitcoin is just touching that um, 100 days moving average. It's 100-day. So probably gonna dip down to it or move higher. And if you see, ever since Bitcoin was the 100 moving average was trending up upside. See, it was going up like exponentially. 2024 was going like trending down or sideways, but now it's going like exponentially up because it just followed the price, right? So if this Bitcoin just touches it and then just explode from there, we may see crossover by September, October this year. So more likely October, November. And if this happen, we may be ready for the drawdown. Um, we don't know how long this may be for the bear market. We don't know how bad it will be, and we don't even know how high this can go. Right? This can even go to all the way to 500,000. Um, I'm just like expecting maybe 200, 250, but it can go all the way to 500. Up, some people say maybe a million. But without speculating, well, let's look at some DCA. Because if you're not a trader, you're not like expecting to sell in the next few months. You may wanna look at this data over here. So, for example, if you take a 10-year, right, horizon, over the 10 years, if you only buy for, let's say, $5 a day, right? Uh, so $5 a day, uh, and then you just accumulating ever since for that 10 years. So on Bitcoin, you would be getting about $1 million in that 10 years, right? Compared to gold, it's really low. compared to gold, compared to the S&P 500. Let's see, to the S&P 500, you would be uh, you would be about maybe 36,000, right? 35, 36,000, right? So you would barely double your money. It will, they barely double your money. Um, but if you go with gold, it's even lower, I think. Yeah, maybe about yeah, it's even lower with gold. So Bitcoin is king, and if we go 5 years into this, like 5 years of DCA, you would be at about um, like the return would be 35,000, and you would be putting in 9,000. So that's $5 a day. And then in gold, you would be getting somewhere like 13,000 compared to 35,000 in yeah. So that's what you would be getting. Um, and in the S&P 500, the S&P 500 is a little bit slightly lower, I think. Yeah, it would be slightly lower. So, but if you put in $15 a day, um, put in $15 a day, that's 100,000 in the past 5 years, right? $15 a day, that's 100,000. And if you go at $50 a day, that gives you about 358,000, right? So most people can afford, I would say, $10 a day. Um, right? So that's about 71,000 in 5 years. But if you look in the long run, if you take a longer time horizon, right, like a 10 year, um, 10 years, right, it's $2 million, right? 10 years, that's 2 million. That's like the exponential compounding effect. The longer you wait, the more profound that is, right? So the more profound that is. So the same thing over here. Even if you have $5,000 and you're putting in that $5,000 a year, I mean, most people make 50,000 a year, right? I mean, that's below the average. If you put in 10% of your income into Bitcoin every year, right? Yeah, it's just like 5,000. I mean, you're getting in 10 years, right? You're getting in at almost $2 million, right? I mean, like most people, you may not be able to retire over on 2 million, but it's something, right? So if Bitcoin goes up, maybe 65% in average compounding rate, that's almost $3 million. So and that $5,000 a year, I mean, it's nothing for most people. That's just like income tax return or just some money aside, some side hustle, some gig. So, anyways, I just wanted to come out here and give you a heads up. Bitcoin is not dead, and Bitcoin is still moving. Uh, your money is still working. Um, that's the only. I think that's the only thing that makes sense out there. Um, right. So that's just my opinion. And psychotop, like a lot of people are just worried that we may be on the top of the market and we're gonna get like that massive crash in bear market. I just can't see it yet. I'm not saying that in the future, but not right now. I think it's way too early. Um, there's so many things. This like we have so much time. At least 10 to uh, we have 10 to 11 months, in my opinion. Um, and even like for some people, if you're not trading, right? If you just DCA, if you're looking at long term, um, makes sense to just accumulating like every day. If you're just buying for $5 a day, it doesn't matter if it's up or down, right? And if you wanna wait in the bear market, you wanna make a bigger purchase, then wait, but you never know what's gonna happen, right? So we may come back to 100,000, but we may go back maybe to 150. So you never know. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. So this is the price cycle. We're still not crossing over the purple line yet. See over there, we didn't do that yet. So we came close to it in 2024, but we didn't over here. So if we do see a run up, we're probably gonna have a crossover, but not anytime soon. Anyways, subscribe for more any of these videos. So I may be posting those. So give you a heads up if it does cross over. And I'll see you again in the next bike over.